Concord is the best new PvP shooter I've played in a long time. Fantastic, snappy gunplay, unique and engaging abilities, a diverse cast of characters, and an admirable refusal to copy other games that have come before all make Concord a welcome addition to a genre that has grown slightly stale over the last few years. This makes the dismay I feel at Concord's totally ill-advised $40 price tag all the more visceral, since despite how good the game feels to play, there may not be enough people to play with, given that the majority of popular alternatives are completely free.
Go in a smoke screen.
If you're new here, this is What's New Video Games, a very small review outlet that covers new games when they release. I say we're small, but we are growing, thanks to your support. Subscribing to the channel makes what we do possible, and every like is appreciated. Now, without wasting any more of your time, let's dive into our review of Concord. If you're the type of gamer that thinks gunplay is king, then Concord was designed with you in mind. As far as online competitive shooters go, Concord is in the top of the class with its contemporaries. Bullets sound and feel punchy both as they propel out of the barrel and when they make impact with the target, thanks to the game's excellent sound design and haptic features with the DualSense controller. Aiming feels tight and responsive. Gun recoil ranges from extremely manageable to non-existent. The arsenal of options between the different characters, ranging from rippling SMGs, punchy hand cannons and crossbows, bombastic rockets, and deadly precise rifles, offer dynamic ways to bring the assault to the competition with no shortage of variety. I mentioned the excellent sound design, and I cannot stress enough how good the sound design is in Concord. Firewalk Studios have really outdone themselves in this department. The sound design in Concord is immersive, surreal, punchy, and satisfying, and I really haven't experienced anything else like it in the hero shooter genre. Just take a listen to some of these short clips.
Leave a bruise. Gotta keep up. Wild's most wanted, right here. Rookies.
Concord's visual sharpness and performance are also top-notch. The detail on weapons and magazines is striking. Environments showcase a unique, vibrant color palette, and character models are highly expressive. A rock-solid 60 frames per second on PS5, along with crisp, vibrant visuals, make Concord one of the best PvP shooters on the market, strictly in terms of graphical fidelity and performance.
Watch your head.
The enjoyment that can be had with Concord also extends to the various heroes' dynamic abilities. While some are more intuitive to use than others, the application of these abilities is almost always interesting, fun, and ripe for dynamic moments.
Need a second to fix myself up.
Duchess can use her signature ability to narrowly escape from certain death by placing an obstacle. Haymar can rain down fire on unwitting foes for maximum destruction. Lennox can eliminate the opposition with deadly precision using his throwing knife. And Itzy can use her teleportation and traversal abilities for swift map navigation, elusive escapes, and creative surprise attacks. While there are certainly opportunities for flanking and taking down multiple opponents while running and gunning solo, sticking together as a team is otherwise mostly mandatory in order to stay competitive in matches. Concord is similar to Overwatch in this regard, and is arguably better for it, since working together and utilizing various abilities as a team is the surest way to victory and can contribute to the game's overall fun factor. Opposing teams will typically congregate organically at natural choke points and sightlines on the game's 12 different maps, and frenetic, action-heavy chaos often ensues, which can bring about some of Concord's best moments.
I need repairs. Gotta fall back for some healing. Put some pep back in my step.
Now, let's talk negatives, since there certainly are some. First and foremost, Concord boasts several different game modes, but only the more casual ones, the standard deathmatch and kill-confirmed-S trophy hunt, are actually all that fun. The other modes are predicated on single-life rounds with objective-focused gameplay, and the result just doesn't really mesh well with Concord's fast-paced, fun, pick-up-and-play style attributes that encompass its major strengths. The objective-based game modes feel overly drawn out compared to the 5-minute rounds in the more casual playlist, and the introduction of objectives makes firefights feel less organic and erratic as well. A game like this not having a solid foundation for ranked play is a crippling deficiency that will all too likely have a detrimental impact on Concord's already suspect longevity. On top of that, there's Concord's innovative crew bonus system, which grants players the class buff of a character selected earlier in the match on all subsequent characters. The movement speed buff in particular makes gameplay with all other character classes exceedingly more enjoyable, and most of the footage in this review has that buff active. The hang-up here is that acquiring the buff requires a frustratingly unnecessary and unintuitive step, whereas conversely, Firewalk Studios could just apply the better movement to all character classes' base kit, and the game would feel objectively better as a result. What's more, players might be incentivized to do all sorts of unpredictable things to acquire various buffs for the rest of the match. Lastly, there's the game's price point and planned content rollout. Concord is priced at $40, and while it could be argued that the work Firewalk has done here warrants that cost of entry, the fact is that the available alternatives, Concord's main competition, are free to play. Overwatch 2, Apex Legends, Valorant, Fortnite, and the Finals are all more established franchises at this point and cost nothing to jump in and try. Concord has failed to answer the most important question that potential players will have, which is, why should I buy this when I could just play one of those other games for free? There are obviously all of Concord's strong points that I've covered in this review to support the $40 price, but it's rather inescapable that Concord is defiantly choosing to implement an outdated model from a bygone era. Concord is charging $40 in a genre space where the other games on the market are free, with the trade-off being that Concord won't have a paid battle pass or a shop that sells character skins and other cosmetics. Except players have generally been shown to like those features if they are inclined to play this particular style of PvP live service game at all. Thus, Concord is doubly unappealing for its would-be target audience in this regard, because you can't jump in and play without dropping $40, and also there are relatively limited content and cosmetic hooks to chase. Outside of admittedly intriguing character variants that allow for engaging divergences in style of play, there's not many highly covetable rewards to obtain through the game's progression systems. In fact, Concord's ironically titled Season 1 doesn't drop until October, ostensibly 2 full months after the game releases. Only then can players expect any new content, events, or purchasable cosmetics other than what is available on day 1. Will Concord even have a player base by that point if it continues to charge people $40 for the game? My strong intuition says no. So while I feel like the game and its fundamentals are incredibly polished, I can't recommend that anyone go out and buy this game at launch. Rather, I think it would be much more prudent to wait and see where the game is at in October for the Season 1 launch, as well as what content is included in that season launch, and whether the game has gone on sale or is included in PS Plus. Thanks for taking your valuable time to watch our review for the upcoming game Concord. For more reviews of games that have recently released, check out our reviews on the channel of The First Descendant and Madden 25. We appreciate if you like the video or if you decide to subscribe to our channel, and we hope you'll join us for our next review video.
Bill, I need to heal. Mind-blowing streak.